Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello friends, my name is Milinia Yasinta Panca Agustin. I'm from TBI A and my student number is 204190028. Okay, I'm here to tell you about communicative language teaching. And as usually, I hope you can take advantage of my video, so enjoy my video. So the communicative language teaching is based on the idea that learning language successfully comes through having to communicate real meaning. When learners are involved in real communication, their natural strategies for language acquisition will be used, and this will allow them to learn to use the language. Practicing question forms by asking learners to find out personal information about their colleges is an example of the communicative language teaching, as it involves meaningful communication. The other example is in the classroom. Classroom activities guided by the communicative language teaching are characterized by trying to produce meaningful and real communication at all levels. As a result, there may be more emphasis on skills than systems. Lessons are more learner-centered, and there may be use of authentic materials. Its origins are many, insofar as one teaching methodology tends to influence the next. The communicative language teaching could be said to be the product of educators and linguists who had grown dissatisfied with the audiolingual and grammar translation methods of foreign language instruction. They felt that students were not learning enough realistic whole language. They didn't know how to communicate using appropriate social language, gestures, or expressions. In brief, they were lost to communicate in the culture of the language studied. edTech's interest in and development of communicative style teaching mushroomed in the 1970s. Authentic language use and classroom exchanges where students engaged in real communication with one another became quite popular. Unlike the audiolingual method of language teaching, which relies on repetition and drills, the communicative language teaching can leave the students in suspense as to the outcome of a class exercise, which will vary according to directions and responses. The real-life simulations change from day to day. Students' motivation to learn comes from their desire to communicate in meaningful ways about meaningful topics. How do the roles of the teacher and student change in communicative language teaching? Teachers in communicative classrooms will find themselves talking less and listening more, becoming active facilitators of their students' learning. Lesson Freeman, 1986, said it. The teacher sets up the exercise, but because the student's performance is the goal, the teacher must step back and observe, sometimes acting as referee or monitor. A classroom during a communicative activity is far from quiet, however. The students do most of the speaking, and frequently the scene of a classroom during a communicative exercise is active, with students leaving their seats to complete a task. Lesson Freeman, 1986, says that because of the increased responsibility to participate, students may find they gain confidence in using the target language in general. Students are more responsible managers of their own learning. Okay friends, it's all about communicative language teaching. I'm convinced that I did mistakes, so I ask your apologies. and then I'm still hope that you can take the advantage of my video. So thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.